everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd Family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. If you jump on here live here on this Tuesday evening, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed, please do so and share the video on all social media platforms. Good evening, Kevron. Thank you for stopping by. As always, I really appreciate you checking out the channel on almost a nightly basis. Tonight, my main topic is going to be the college football AP poll, because it's late Tuesday night, depending on where you are, and we have not brought it up. And college football for the week has already started, because if you're a diehard college football fan, then right now you're watching Arkansas State and South Alabama. They just started the second quarter. South Alabama is currently up 7-0. But before I talk the AP poll, let's do a brief NASCAR summary. I feel like I have not brought up NASCAR in a couple of weeks. Denny Hamlin won Sunday from Las Vegas. We had the South Point 400. Now, it was Denny Hamlin's 60th career win. And if you're a NASCAR follower at all, you know that only the best of the best reach 60 career wins. But there's one thing that all the other guys that have won 60 races or more have got that Denny doesn't have, and that's a championship. And that's the one thing that's going to hold him off from being considered one of the greats unless he wins one. Now, he'll be 45 next month, so he doesn't have many chances left to win one. So if he doesn't win it this year, he just may not get one. I mean, he may drive till he's 50, but if you look at the long history of NASCAR, most of the time, once drivers get to be 46, 47, for whatever reason, they slow down. So he may drive 5 more years, but I don't know that he'll be competitive for 5 more years. Kyle Larson, 2nd. Christopher Bell, 3rd. Chase Briscoe, 4th. Tyler Reddick was 5th. Joey Logano, 6th. Alex Bowman, 7th. Kyle Busch, 8th. Ryan Preece, 9th. And Brad Keselowski, 10th. I personally don't think Denny drives 5 more years. I think the reason why he became a small minority owner for 2311 Racing is because I think if he wins a championship, he's going to retire. And by him having some stake in that team, he already has another job as soon as he retires from racing. He'll still be at the racetrack every weekend. He'll just go from being in a car to being up on a pit box somewhere. But I think that's why he became a minority owner. I think if he can win a championship, I think he's going to hang it up. This Sunday, it's the Yellowwood 500 from Talladega. That's 2 o'clock Eastern time. Now, NASCAR, again, is talking about changing their playoff system. And they're talking about going back to the way it used to be, which was just, you start in race 1 and you accumulate points the entire year, and whichever driver has the most at season's end wins the championship. So there was no playoff. And they want to do it because once football starts, their ratings are dropping. But honestly, football is so popular, I don't think it matters what they do. The majority of NASCAR fans, not all of them, there are a few diehard NASCAR fans that only watch NASCAR, but for the majority, most of them like NASCAR, but they like football better. So once football starts, NASCAR takes a back burner. And you might watch it on a Sunday if your NFL team has a bye week or plays on a Monday night, but outside of that, on Sunday afternoon, you're watching your NFL team instead of NASCAR. I think the best thing they can do is start the season instead of mid-February, started in mid-January, so about a month earlier, and then wrap it up the first week of September. Now, you may lose 4 or 5 races. I can recall when I first started watching racing, they had 33 races a year. Now it's 36. So if you start the season a month earlier and end it 2 months earlier, you might have to go back to 30 races. But you'd a whole lot rather do that than you would, race for 2 months and feel like nobody's watching. But if you start the season a month earlier, and then instead of the All-Star race taking up 2 weekends, let it take up 1 weekend. Have the All-Star race that Saturday and have the Coke 600 that Sunday. So then, instead of that being 2 weekends, it can be 1 weekend. You can squeeze a race in there. But outside of that, there's nothing they can do because most NASCAR fans are football fans, and once football starts, they watch football. Hey there, Sandy. Glad to have you here. Hey there, Desiree. Glad to have you back. I have not seen your name in the comments section in a while, so glad you're back. And Cindy, I think it's the first time I've seen your name in the comments section. If it is your first time being here for whatever reason, made you stop by the channel tonight, thank you for being here. Make sure to give the video a like, a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And hey there, Nick. Glad to have you here. But tonight's main topic is the college football AP poll. Hey there, Yo Girl. Glad to have you here. And as I said, this week's college football action's already underway, but we'll talk all the games this weekend that are worth talking about coming up later on this week. Tonight, just going to talk about the AP poll. Ohio State is still number 1. Miami still number 2. Indiana jumped all the way to 3. A lot of people voted them the number 1 team in America this week after they beat Oregon, which is why they're all the way up to number 3. We got Texas A&M at 4, Ole Miss at 5, Alabama, Texas Tech, Oregon, Georgia, and LSU rounds out the top 10. We have Tennessee at 11, Georgia Tech, 12, Notre Dame, 13, Oklahoma 14, and BYU 15. Desiree, the most important thing is that you're back, and the good thing about the channel is you may not be able to tune in live and comment live like you are right now, but if you're around your house doing homework, doing job duties, doing house duties, whatever the case may be, you can turn the channel on and watch it at any time. You don't have to always sit down and see my beautiful face. You can hear my sexy voice in the background as you're working, and you can still comment, and I'll still get it, and I'll still see it, and I'll still respond. It just won't be live here on the channel, but you can watch it anytime. I post just about every single day, so even if you can't check it out live, you can still check it out. And if you leave a comment, I will see it and I will respond. But I do enjoy seeing your comments when I'm live. I always enjoy reading not just your feedback, but everybody's feedback, because it's good to know people are watching when you're on here doing this video. Otherwise, you feel like you're just talking to yourself. We have Missouri at 16, Vanderbilt 17, Virginia 18, South Florida 19, and USC rounds out the top 20. Texas, Memphis, Utah, Cincinnati, and Nebraska rounds out the top 25. Hey, there's something. Glad to have you here. I pretty much came to the conclusion that if Ohio State doesn't lose, I don't think it matters what anybody else does. They're going to stay number 1. But I would love to see Indiana get to number 1, just because they have not nothing, but next to nothing as far as historically in college football. but they have 0 5 stars on their team, and they have 5 or 6 4 stars on their team. The rest of the guys are all 2 and 3 stars, which tells you that Signetti knows how to get the best out of his talent, but it also shows you that even this day and time, with the NIL taking over like it is, that if you've got a coach that the players like, you don't have to have 5 star talent all over the field, and you don't have to pay your players $5 or $6 million a piece in order to win. Indiana has 0 5 star players and next to nothing historically in college football, and they're sitting at number 3 in the country. I'm glad to have you back. It's been a while since I've seen your name in the comment section, so glad you are back. Hopefully you've had a great Tuesday and you jumped on here just in time, because I'm just about done. We talked some NASCAR and we talked some college football, but y'all just remember that you can always comment. I know it's better when it's live because I can, give feedback, while I'm on here. But anytime you watch a video, there's always a little thing that says comment. You just click on it and you can comment anytime. And I'll see it, and whenever I get a chance, I'll respond to you and you'll see my response. So I'm not going to ignore you. I will respond. But I know it's always better when it's live and you get my feedback live here on the channel. But let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. What can a fisherman say that you shouldn't say at a bar? I caught a big one. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.